Have you ever just stared at your website analytics and felt this deep, heavy sense of frustration? I mean, you pour your budget, your time, and your creative energy into this incredible seasonal campaign, or maybe a trendy news article. And yeah, you get that brief, exciting surge in traffic. It feels great for a second. But then, crickets. Complete obscurity. It's like you're stuck on this endless content treadmill, constantly churning out posts, like, last week's pumpkin spice campaign, just to keep your head above water. But what if, instead of just burning cash on those fleeting trends, you actually built a long-term asset? We're talking about content that literally continues to drive organic traffic, leads, and brand authority for years.
Well, welcome to this explainer. Today we are going to completely flip how you view your digital marketing investments. Seriously, we're going to break down exactly how you can step off that exhausting content treadmill once and for all and transform your strategy into a sustainable business moat, an evergreen asset that's working for you around the clock, 24/7.
Here is our roadmap for today's playbook. First, we'll look at the content treadmill trap. Second, what is evergreen content? Third, the evergreen execution playbook. Fourth, mistakes wasting your budget. Fifth, amplifying with digital PR. And finally, surviving the AI era.
All right, let's jump right into section 1, the content treadmill trap. I want you to think about your own recent publications for a second. Why does that traffic drop off an absolute cliff after just a few weeks? Well, the data shows us that news articles, trend-based posts, and those snappy seasonal campaigns are designed for a very brief window of relevance. They are temporary by nature. So as soon as the search trends evolve and move on, your investment completely loses its value. It's this fundamental, incredibly frustrating mismatch between the immense effort you put in and the actual longevity of the return.
Which brings us to our solution in section 2. What is evergreen content?
So evergreen content tackles topics that stay consistently useful over time. It's explicitly designed to remain valuable, informative, and discoverable long after you initially hit publish. And why is that? Because it answers ongoing questions and solves recurring problems that your audience always has. Actually, I want to emphasize this. This isn't just some basic marketing tactic. This is a legitimate, sustainable business asset that generates organic traffic, earns real backlinks, and builds deep customer trust. Not just for a few days, but for months and years down the line.
What does this actually look like in practice? Well, it means shifting your focus away from temporary news and toward foundational resources. We're talking about things like comprehensive how-to guides, industry best practices, step-by-step educational tutorials, detailed case studies, and glossaries. These are the exact subjects people search for consistently, day in and day out. When you start building a library of these resources, you finally stop relying on that daily grind of constant production, and you start accumulating lasting, compounding authority.
Let's get into the how-to with section 3, the evergreen execution playbook. Okay, everything starts with a rock-solid foundation. Step 1, you have to choose topics with true long-term search demand. Think industry fundamentals or common business challenges. Step 2, and honestly, this one is absolutely crucial. Focus strictly on search intent. Truly successful content answers the exact questions your users are asking right now. You really have to know, does your audience want to learn something, compare two things, solve a specific problem, or actually make a buying decision? If you satisfy that specific intent, your rankings are going to hold strong. And step 3, build around core keywords. That means naturally integrating your primary keywords, long-tail terms, and semantic topics, so search engines completely understand the immense value you're providing. It's wild, but a single sentence can dictate the entire lifespan of your investment. Take a headline like Top Marketing Trends for 2025. That literally has a built-in expiration date. Come January 1st next year, it's completely useless. But on the flip side, a timeless headline, something like How to Build an Effective Digital Marketing Strategy, well, that extends the lifespan of your content indefinitely, simply because the core challenge it addresses is never going to go away. Once you've got your topic locked in, structuring for success is paramount. And here's a bit of a hard truth for you. Simply publishing more articles does not automatically improve your SEO. You absolutely must prioritize quality over quantity. A single, comprehensive, highly readable guide is going to deliver so much more long-term ROI than dozens of thin, thrown-together articles. To really stand out, you need to include original, expert insights, real data, and practical examples. Plus, you've got to optimize for readability. Use clear headings, keep those paragraphs nice and short, and crucially, don't forget to strengthen your internal linking. Connecting your evergreen content to your related services, case studies, and FAQs is like building a massive web of website authority. The final piece of this playbook is the maintenance phase. Now listen carefully here, because this is a huge misconception. Evergreen does not mean permanent. You can't just set it and forget it. To preserve those hard-earned search rankings, you have to review your content periodically. Go in there, update the statistics, swap in better examples, and correct any information that might have gotten a little outdated over time. The beauty is, because this resource is so inherently useful, it naturally becomes a magnet for high-quality backlinks, which just further cements your long-term search performance.
Moving on to Section 4, Mistakes Wasting Your Budget. As we've seen, a sustainable strategy is built on consistency, meeting user search intent, and regular updates. But man, it is way too easy to accidentally sabotage that success. We see it all the time, chasing those short-lived trends, publishing thin content that doesn't actually answer the user's real question, stuffing keywords in where they don't belong, creating duplicate content, and just flat-out neglecting updates. These common pitfalls will directly destroy your ROI and drag you right back onto that exhausting content treadmill.
Now for Section 5. Amplifying with digital PR.
The source material makes a really critical point here. It says, combining evergreen content with digital PR creates a sustainable visibility strategy. This is massive. Think of it like pouring gasoline on the fire we've just meticulously built. Earning editorial backlinks and brand mentions through media outreach, like sharing your original research with journalists, is the true engine for amplifying your evergreen content. When you actively promote a highly valuable, timeless resource, you build undeniable authority and drive consistent, reliable referral traffic.
But of course, if you're managing a budget, you need to prove this actually works, right? So how do we measure whether our library is really delivering that promised long-term value? Well, you monitor these exact metrics. Look for organic traffic growth over months and years, keep an eye on stable or rising keyword rankings, track continuous backlink acquisition, and watch your referral traffic. You also want to see solid time on page, and ultimately the one that really matters, lead generation and conversion rates. These indicators are what reveal the true health of your sustainable strategy.
Finally, Section 6. Surviving the AI era.
Look, we are undeniably entering an era where AI can generate basic, run-of-the-mill information in seconds. And as AI floods the web with that generic text, search engines are fighting back by aggressively rewarding EEAT. That stands for expertise, originality, trustworthiness, and user value. Because of this, your expertly crafted, data-driven, totally original evergreen resources are no longer just a smart marketing play, they are quite literally your most powerful competitive moat. And AI simply cannot replicate your brand's unique, lived industry experience or your proprietary research.
So, we've covered the trap of the content treadmill, the incredible compounding value of the evergreen asset, the specific execution playbook, and exactly how to protect your brand in the AI era. Creating evergreen content isn't just about writing a single article that never changes. It's about purposefully producing a library of resources that continuously attract traffic and earn authority while you sleep. So I want to leave you with this provocative thought as you review your own marketing strategy tomorrow morning. Is your content actually built to last, or are you just paying to keep the treadmill running?